Hi friends, Alicia Ray here. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Ayurvedic Yoga Spa experience. And as you have signed up, you are receiving some information from me. So this is my gift to you to please enjoy. So wellness, it is what is to me most important. If we don't have our wellness and our health, it is really hard to show up in the world, be great at our jobs, be great in our relationships, and be great to ourselves. So thank you for taking this opportunity to think of your wellness and fill up your cup. So the things I'm most passionate about are integrating all the things that we do in a yoga studio, in our yoga practice, and on our mat, and how does that show up in the world around us? And then taking all the things that we can do for our wellness on our body, specifically our face, which I believe is the gateway, it's the window to our soul and the rest of our body. Because of yoga and reflexology, we can access so much of our body through our face. We can activate pressure points, we can relax tension in our face with facial massage and gua sha techniques, face reflexology, and face yoga. It's a mechanism that allows us to open up energetic pathways. So basically, a lot of the key focus here is the neck. This is an area where we get blocked and stuck. And that means that we're not able to translate energy from the head to the body or from the body into the face. So opening up all these energetic pathways through movement, through relaxation and stress relief is vital. And above all else, what we're really focusing on here is minimizing stress. Stress is the precursor to all of the symptoms that we have, from not feeling well, tired, fatigued, pain, and to what we see show up on our body physically, whether that's the body or the face. It's a result of inflammation. It's a result of stress. So just by joining me for this session, hopefully you're already feeling that you're taking the proper steps to find balance. And that's what it's all about, homeostasis. We're just every day showing up somewhere between surrender and struggle, okay? So on the mat, off the mat, in the treatment room, out in the world, on a hike, having dinner with your family, we land somewhere in that spectrum every day, surrender and struggle. Some days the struggle is real, and some days the surrender is so freeing, and that's when we find our harmony and our bliss. So what does all this mean? What am I talking about? I thought we were going to talk about skincare and wellness. Yes. So a couple techniques that I wanted to introduce you to is how to find relaxation on your face. So there's a couple different tools that you can, of course, invest in. I'll show you what those are, or you have your hands and you can use those just as well for these techniques. So the first thing that I want to show you is dry brushing. Dry brushing is number one of the 5 things that we're going to talk about today that is highly beneficial, not just for your face, but for your body and for your mind. So what I have here is the facial dry brush, which we retail out of Veda, and it will exfoliate the skin, it increases circulation, it helps to lift and firm the skin, it minimizes tension, it softens, and it sloughs away dull surface skin cells. So the typical way of using a dry brush is to kind of work upwards to stimulate and then downwards and outwards to smooth. So I'll show you that in just a moment. You can also get dry brushes for the body, and you can find those at your local natural market. I get mine at Banyan Botanicals, Natural Grocers. So I have quite a few different ones, and you would go into dry brushing your body. That is definitely a topic that we can talk about a little bit more in depth. And today, again, is just about introducing these 5 techniques. So the first one is dry brushing. So how to dry brush your face is what I'm going to give you free today. And then if you want to learn more, you can book a consultation on how to take care of the rest of your body. So for your face, using your dry brush, you're always going to start on the back of the neck, working upwards. And you don't have to apply a lot of pressure here. These are just light, gentle strokes moving up from around the trapezius muscle to the hairline. Just light sweeps. And this is going to open up the dew channel. In traditional Chinese medicine, this is our way of creating balance by opening up the dew channel to send energy to the front line, which is the Ren channel, which essentially is like yin and yang. So once you've opened up the dew channel on the back of the neck, then you can work your décolleté. So we want to start with those light upward sweeping motions, and then we'll get the front of the neck. So typically, I'm going a little bit quicker, but typically you'll spend about 3 minutes doing this. Even if you only have 30 seconds is better than nothing. So once you've worked back of the neck, décolleté, front of your neck. You'll start at your chin and you'll do nice upward circular motions at the mandible or your jaw to your ear. And I typically just stay on one side of my face and then move to the other. So you may notice that I'm getting some gentle microcirculation here, a little bit of redness. This does not itch, burn, or irritate my skin in any way. This is just inviting that circulation, blood flow, oxygen. We're flushing toxins, we're boosting collagen, stimulating elastin, which is gonna tighten the skin. So these are all good things. And then I'll sweep up the nose through the forehead. Now, this channel right here from the tip of your nose to your forehead at the hairline aligns with our spine. And then circular motions working up and out across the forehead. Great. Once we've worked up, then we just gently sweep and work down, and that's going to help release tension. It's going to trigger a relaxation response, and we're gonna move everything to our lymphatic system that way. So then your lymphatic system can pump out toxins and remove waste. Great. All right, number 2 after dry brushing is gonna be something called Abhyanga, which is oil massage. So again, for the body, we can talk about that more in depth on how that works and what kind of oils you wanna use, because yes, there is intelligence behind the products that we're using to do Abhyanga. And I'm gonna show you the Ayurvedic approach, which is using our Tulasara Radiant Oleation Oil, 100% plant-based oil. It has rose hip seed, apricot seed kernel, jojoba. There's almond oil and sunflower oil. It has a beautiful blend that nourishes the skin. So for Ayurveda, they recommend 3 to 4 pumps, and you would want to use this just on your face, not on your body. Although if you wanted to feel extra, you could definitely use it on your body. That would be amazing. So what I'm doing is just lightly applying. Couple sweeps, couple presses and rolls into the skin. Make sure you're getting the back of your neck, your chest, your décolleté, and your shoulders, okay? And then we're repeating essentially the same movements. Starting on the back of the neck, I'm gonna sweep up with my palms to the hairline. And then we'll work chest and décolleté. Upward to begin, downward, outward. So why do we do both? Well, one is gonna be a little bit more exfoliating, right? The dry brush. And the other one's gonna be more nourishing. It's your yin and yang technique, okay? But also, because we've exfoliated and we started to get circulation going and the skin's breathing, it's going to soak in this nutrient-dense oil right away. So we're gonna offer hydration to the skin. It's like vitamins for your skin. So your skin is often the last to receive nutrients from your body. So now when you do something like this, oleation oil, Abhyanga, your skin soaks it all in and it can detoxify. It can decide, okay, I'm nourished and I'm balanced, so now I can do my job. Did you know the skin has 6 important functions? That's a topic for another day. Again, I wanna keep this light, focus on our 5 key practices of wellness. So, and then from the neck, we move into the jaw. You can do circular or you can just do sweeps. I like thinking of our fingertips like gentle little rakes or like a mask brush. So we just sweep, sweep, and sweep. And that's pretty much it. Once we've swept the oil up, then we can go down and out. If you have a lot of puffiness around the eyes, you can focus here a little bit more. You can also do eye circles, working with the hair growth of the brow. If you feel like you get a little more tension or sinus pressure, you can work down the outside of the nose. And then we just work like a V shape with your hands, front and the back of the ears. This is the water wheel drainage point for the lymphatic system. So, and then down the neck. So fun fact, when we work this part of the face, it drains the eyes. When we work this part of the face, front and back of the ear, it drains the whole rest of the face to our lymphatic system. And then that's why we want to sweep down and pull everything towards our lymph nodes in the underarm. And in fact, that's such an important part of dry brushing, is we get areas of our body that we don't normally touch or massage. So underarms, for example, focusing on the breasts, focusing on the joints. These are all areas where we want to bring blood flow and circulation, because they sort of feed the rest of the body. Okay, so that was number 2, Abhyanga or oil massage. Number 3 is going to be face yoga and face reflexology techniques, okay? And those are workshops that we can dive into a little bit more one-on-one. These are things that I can either incorporate into a service in my treatment room at 3 Cutters in Denver, or that we can book a virtual conversation and we can go over these techniques. I can teach you how to do them yourself, or I can teach you and walk you through them so you enjoy the experience, you can turn your mind off, you can just have that felt experience and see the results. So let me know what you're interested in should you want to continue this journey. But let's talk about what they are. So face yoga is just that. It's yoga that you would do in your body, but it's on your face. So we're working the tissue of the face, we're working the muscles of the face, and we're getting into the collagen and elastin. So boosting collagen response, boosting elasticity of the skin, softening fine lines and wrinkles, bringing great blood flow to the skin, increasing radiance. Overall, the maximum benefit from face reflexology and face yoga is balanced skin. Face reflexology is a little bit different in that we would use a specific tool called a detector, or for beginners, you can use your knuckle, or if you have a gua sha tool, you can use the very tip of the spoon gua sha tool. And we're using the acupressure points on our face to connect to the rest of the body. And so that's where your face really does become the window to your soul, a window to the rest of your body. So I'd like to give you 2 tips for face yoga and facial reflexology. I get so excited, sometimes I trip over my words. So my most favorite face yoga pose is a relaxation technique for the forehead. It's 2 parts. The first part is you'll take your fingers right at your third eye and just alternating, you're gonna sweep up your forehead. You're not dragging the skin, light, gentle sweeping. And what happens right away here, first of all, we're opening up the 6th chakra point. So we're connecting to an intuitive space, a space of meditation, a space of seeing our truth, a space to be a little contemplative. It's obviously a gateway to meditation and spirituality as well. But this also aligns with our spine. So if we take this point from the tip of the nose to the top of the forehead here and go all the way up, you are going to be able to access your back. So if you have back pain, back tension, you're feeling a little stiff, you could massage this point, and that's going to open up that whole gateway for you. So that's a little bit of yoga and face reflexology right there. But in order for this to become a little bit more reflexology, we would have to actually use that acupressure. So this is where you would take your knuckle, and starting at the tip of your nose, you're just gonna work up your nose, nice and slow. And I recommend that you close your eyes and really let this be a felt experience. If you feel any tender spots, you could work those areas a little bit longer. So the second part of the face yoga is the forehead relaxer, or called smoothing the brow. So you just bring your fingertips to the center and slide them out. So not dragging the skin, but right away notice how your forehead starts to relax and soften. Relax and soften. This is exercising the frontalis muscle, so training it to relax rather than lift up all the time. When we lift our brow, we get the wrinkles, right? So this is gonna soften those horizontal lines. You could even kind of take your 2 fingers from your temple and sweep across. I do this a lot in my face yoga, in my Ayurvedic facials, but it's just nice to rake them out. All right, so 2 really great face yoga poses and 1 awesome reflexology technique to get to your low back. This space right here too, in the third eye, let's say you're using your detector or your reflexology tool, this is the great reset, the great balancing point. So again, an access point to meditation, tuning inward, looking within. And why do I bring that up? Because our last 5 steps to wellness, radiating beauty from the inside out, is going to be meditation. So taking a few moments to meditate, to calm your mind. We'll do that here together. So close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and let your exhale go. Do that just 2 more times. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 1 more, full breath in, fullest breath out. And then just allow yourself to settle in, be present, and tune in. One of my most favorite meditations is to take the seat of curiosity. So we learn to let go of judgment. We learn to soften the busy monkey mind, those 60 to 80,000 thoughts that you have every day, and create purpose with them. So as your eyes are closed, take a moment to have a sensorial experience in meditation. So what you'll do is walk yourself through all 5 of the senses. And we'll do a short version here, but I recommend that you extend this to 10 minutes at some point and work to where you meditate twice a day for 10 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's morning and evening, could be 10 minutes in the morning both times or 10 minutes in the evening both times. However, you can take 2 opportunities throughout your day for 10 minutes to sit and be still. So with the sensorial meditation, you're really walking yourself through each of the senses. So let's say you decide to start with smell first, and you just take a few moments to really keen in on your sense of smell. And you ask yourself questions. What am I smelling? What am I noticing? And then what part of your mind or your body is curious? Who's asking that question? And once you've gone through your sense of smell, then you would continue. Eyes, sense of sight, sound, hearing, touch, felt, and taste. And the taste one is a little interesting with meditation, but it's really about the taste of life, that surgence of how you're showing up in the world. What are you excited about? What motivates you? How are you going to speak your truth? So you can access that by getting to the taste on the back of your throat, the taste on the back of your tongue. So once you've taken yourself through all 5 senses, and again, you're asking yourself those questions, whatever answers come up, you observe them, you witness them. You don't have to attach to them. They don't have to be right or wrong. And then you let them go, okay? So try that on twice a day for 10 minutes. If you have never meditated before, then you're gonna start with 5 minutes, and maybe you just pick 1 scent. Just 1 sense that you can focus on in that meditation for that day. All right, so our 5th step as we bring ourselves to a close, it's kind of a 2-parter. It's like a bonus. It's like there's 7 chakras, but really there's actually a lot more than 7 chakras, right? Or when we say that there's only 5 things, why can't there be 6 or 7? Like, this is life, right? We're always growing, learning, and evolving. So part 2 of your 5th step is hydration, nutrition, right? And breathing. And I put them all together because to me, breathing is nutrition and water is a part of nutrition as well. So breathing, hydrating yourself properly, and eating properly. So here's the short of that. When we're breathing, typically throughout the day, we're breathing very shallow. Even now as I'm sitting here, I'm noticing I'm sunk down a little bit. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders draw down away from your ears, lifting your chest, opening up your sternum, getting your diaphragm to lift the lungs up, working to take deep pranayamic breaths where you really feel the expansion of your abdomen, like you're breathing out to the whole world and breathing from the whole world. So be mindful of your breathing and taking deep breaths throughout the day. Again, another practice could be sensorial breathing, taking a moment to take 5 deep breaths and tuning into each of your senses as you do that. The second part is water, so ensuring that you are drinking a lot of water. But in Ayurveda, here's the twist. In Ayurveda, we are disciplined to actually sip on hot water, at minimum room temperature water, and you take small sips throughout the day. So you're constantly staying hydrated. And actually, it's believed that you should drink more water between Vata time, which is 2 and 6 o'clock. So 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. and then 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. is when you should be drinking the most amount of water. So breath as nutrition, water as nutrition, and then finally balanced meals. So in Ayurveda, it's ideal to eat according to your dosha. And so if you want to learn more about an Ayurvedic routine, I can definitely walk you through that. But the long and short of it is 3 meals a day. Your largest meal should be between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., which is typically lunch. And that's when your digestive fire is at its strongest. So for today, I just want you to walk away with that as a little nugget, something for you to think about. Because for most of us, our biggest meal is at dinner, which is really difficult for the body to process in time before we go to bed. So highest energy is midday, strongest digestion, most fire, which means you're gonna get the most nutrients absorbed and the most energy from that meal. And when you're only eating 3 meals a day and not snacking between those meals, your body will actually absorb and break down fat as opposed to relying constantly on snacks and getting distracted. Okay, so 20 minutes in, here we are with 5 steps, bonus 6th step, really many steps, but short and simple ways that you can quickly create results in your life for balanced wellness that not only that you feel on the inside, but radiates on the outside. So I wish you wellness, and if there's anything I could do to help you create a wonderful experience, reach out and let me know. And thank you for joining me for our Ayurvedic yoga spa experience. See you next time.